Greetings, my dear Gemini, my twins. Welcome, mutable air. I call upon the energy of Surya, the sun, to bless this deck and to potentially show us the path to righteous living. I shall be working firstly from my Lisbon deck, and this is a good deck. It is very powerful. Um, and we'll be opening up three portals that will help you find resonance, to use as a visionary guide to your path with a situation, one that you may find resonance within the three portals. It's your job to take what you will and use any narrative, characterizations, traits, themes, take these with a grain of salt, and yeah, hopefully you can use that, my dear Gemini. Please clear your mind and relax. Clear your mind, relax, let go of any negative or unwanted energy. If thoughts come, let them come and flow through you. Relax, clear your mind. Thank you. Pardon. So, there's a situation with family here. The situation, it sort of affects your ability to deal with the world at large and other relationships or other modes of potential emotional correspondences with your external world. You're trying to give to your external world, to other people, to to new projects creatively, but there's a block here. Um, it seems to me that you feel you're in control of your emotions, but there's something that has to do with family that is blocking you creatively. Um, it's not that the family is blocking you. It's just the sense of where you come from, the sense of where your foundation is, the sense of the earth, and the sense of nurture is causing a great deal of confusion for you. There's something that has to do with your childhood, that as you have matured and as you give to others, there's a feeling that your inner child is is there supporting you, okay? It doesn't have to be a block, but I read it as the Seven of Cups, which is essentially confusion or dark night of the soul, something that you're trying to understand emotionally. Um, and you're still able to create. There's a huge gateway, and anything you can say or do, this will this will give you that sense of glory when it comes to your creations, your projects at large. And there is a potential that not only is your family, your sense of bloodline, your sense of the past, your past life even, is a great source of inspiration for you in that it is the foundation, but at the same time, it gives you a bit of confusion in where your path lies. It's hard for you to understand the the degree and the age, the how you're aging, how this all comes into play and what you are creating. In a way, there is something that you are trying to resolve with the Father as well as with the sense of departing and creating for your own. There hasn't been enough stability away from the family. But there will be clarity soon if you can understand why the Father had a degree of anger. Yes, there is something about unconditional love here that is blocked. It becomes conditional. The love becomes conditional because of a certain degree of anger that comes from the ancestry. If you can resolve this, then you will come into power. You're already in a sense of power, but that is through the inner child, the one who is good at juggling things. But your love cannot be truly offered with a vision unless you can resolve this situation. Okay. Yeah, the father figure, it could be just a father figure. This figure is essentially wanting to communicate with you but cannot. They want to share passion with you, but it turns to anger. And there is a sense of confusion around this person, but I think you see straight through it. They want to reach out, but they can't. They feel a great deal of emotions, but they can't express them. They want to impart on you some truth about something that's been hidden, something that has been blocking your prosperity. Okay, this is a very deep reading, small but deep, that has to do with some very powerful family magic. Yeah, trust the Lisbon deck to go there. My dear Gemini, that portal is closed. Yeah, definitely closed. The cards are telling me that it's important for you to shift your perspective as you do this. This journey work. It's an emotional journey. If you can do this, then you can find the proper mechanism and totally free yourself from negative or harsh emotions that have to do with that figure that I was speaking of. That portal is now closed. The second portal is opening up. Please clear your mind, relax, relax. Let loose anything that you're holding on to. Relax, clear your mind. Thank you. Okay. There's a door in front of you, and you have lost the key. So it feels as if you're trapped in a way. And this has to do with your idea of hard work. Because of such, because you cannot externalize, there's a degree of laziness inside of your captivity. Okay? Um, but it's not that. You want to work, but you just can't find the key to open the door. The door leads to some sense of completion, but also there is a sense of some great burden, or perhaps um, it's something that you could not have had with this person, a person that is essentially filled with anger and disgust with the situation. They're trying to find their power, but they can't, they're not behaving in that way. Um, there's a great deal of isolation in this reading and the inability to truly embrace a sense of freedom. Okay? Um, why? Okay. This person that you're dealing with has way too many expectations. The expectations come from the idea of stability, what a commitment is, how commitment is lived out, and it's not coming properly for them. Therefore, they feel disempowered in a way. The emperor feels disempowered. The structure does not feel correct, and there's no way to find a sense of balance or harmony or equal give and take. There's an expectation here that cannot be resolved. Therefore, this person is in a state of unhealth. Okay, you are essentially trying to find your truth in the outer world, but once again I say that there is a sense of enclosure or feeling entrapped in some sort of situation, and you don't like this. You want to find a way to begin anew in your external world, but there is also a sense that it wouldn't be the right thing to do, to go out and to offer your pentacles or place your seeds into the earth. There is a sense that there's an inability to do that right now. It seems that the powers that be that have dominion over your box, let's call it, they are treating you unfairly, and anyone who has authority over you, they seem to be also treating you unfairly. You have to excuse me. Okay. Once you get out, though, there is a chance for you to move beyond this person and to go on a new cycle, to embrace new energy, and to go completely on a new cycle. It's as if the connection you shared with this person was very unhealthy and was also kind of mirroring what you're feeling now, this feeling of entrapment. It's as if you've had to let go of a soulmate, but ultimately you were doing this to let go of the pretension of this pentacle cycle that this person wanted to put on you, to set on you. What you're doing now is essentially trying to figure the untruth and to make right the unwrong. There's something here, make right the right. There's something here about you essentially coming into writing your own story, one that has to go beyond this energy, whomever this is. As far as outcomes, if you continue on the path to chase them after the Fool initiates, there is a sense that this person will give you some sort of truth and some sort of clarity about why they were so expectant, why they were so why they had this so much like why they were so heavy and so Saturnian. There also is the idea that the Wheel of Fortune is in reverse. It's some sort of elements of karma as well as prosperity is here in the reverse, but there still will be some sort of truth or truthful understanding if you can make your way to them after this feeling of entrapment and this period of being stuck inside. Okay. Wow, Gemini, this is some really intense stuff. I have to switch decks because this is a very dark deck right now. It's very, very dark. So let's switch decks for your third portal. Yeah? Right. I'm moving over to the 1890 deck from 1890. Paris, France. This is the Alieta deck. Please clear your mind and relax. Thank you. Mercury is here. Okay. There is a sense of a burden and a burnout with something you've been working with here in this situation. This portal is showing you, whoa, very intense. Two tens. 10, 10, that's 20. 5 and 8. This has to do with the foundation of something here. It was as if it was a false understanding of your path. You have, it's like a false start or a potential end that felt like a beginning, that you were just trying to make a start, and as you started with it, it just immediately, abruptly completed itself immediately. Two X's here, also the element of poison or the element of release of some sort of tension or pretension. Here, there is a possibility that you've made a choice and that this person as well has. One was based on fire. That person was using fire. They're coming from a place of fire. They were under fire, and under this duress, they had to make a choice. What this choice was to move away from the situation, to go on a new path. Why? There's a lot of fire in this person's energy. So it was surprising, and it felt a bit retarded what they were doing. It didn't mean that they were stupid or anything or mentally deficient. It just meant that they were held back. They were held back. And there was a sense that even though they were driven towards you, they had to move somewhere else. They made the choice to essentially choose one thing over another, and they took the rod and moved on the fool's journey. This was folly. At the same time, there's a 7 of rods here. They couldn't take that jump, even though they felt like they had the power and the dignity, the grace to move in your favor, to do something properly in your favor towards you. They chose against it, and they had to move a different path. Very strange. This was motivated by very surprising elements. There's a secret here that you know of, one that you're keeping from this person, though you are loyal to them. It seems that there's a great deal of emotions that you've tapped into, and in a parallel reality, you still share these emotions with them. As well, there is a burden here that you're trying to set down but cannot. This is an obstacle to what you're trying to unearth. There still is some sort of lesson to understand from this connection. This person is indicating to me that they are a fire child. They have loads of fire inside of them. meaning that they operate on that locus. Fire burns out as soon as the cycle ends. You have also chosen to make some sort of cutting choice, and this led to essentially clarity, but at the same time, it felt a bit artificial. Now, because it flows here as well as propose and obstacle and economy. There is something here where you feel like you made the right choice, but there still is a burden that you're holding on with this connection. You are mostly over the heartache. You're trying to rest, but still cannot. Each time you think of the decision you had to make against this person, you are triggered into this deep emotional well. And there's something about your shadow that is being revealed because it's living a parallel existence here. One that is based on getting into periods of tension with this person's energy and also trying to find justice in it, why the karma worked out the way it did, why things weren't balanced. It's because there was a sense of indecision here. This person did not want to work hard enough, so they flew away. There's something about their energy that's like a bird. They flew away. A firebird, a phoenix. Um, You have to listen to your dreams as well as the language you speak in between lines. There's something in between there that you are you're hearing it but you're not understanding it. Once you understand that you are living in modes of light and dark and that you are living in multiple realities, you can jump from one existence of light to another of dark and vice versa. If you do this, then you will understand the darker aspects that are working behind your motivations as well as theirs. It has to do with some block that is based on passion. It's as if their passions tend to burn them in a certain way, and they're forever on this cycle of regenerating fire and understanding its warmth as well as how it can destroy things. But then once the fire is gone, they move on to new resources and burn again. Okay? This person is a fire child. Embrace your emotions. Try to reduce the obstacle of listening to your passions. Your passions will mislead you. If you use reason, don't counter them too much. The biggest thing that can help you is time. Time will essentially help you balance out the scales of justice here. And you don't even need to be the harbinger of justice. You don't have to deliver it. It will be given to you gracefully by your sisters and brothers. It seems like by people in your environment. It will come to you naturally. Um, I think that was your third portal. I'm going to do some advice for you. So please clear your mind. And I'll pull a few cards for advice. This deck is amazing. It's like a old book. Okay, that wanted to flip. Okay, small lineage here. If you're searching for love, know that it comes from the above. There's something about the energy of the sun that will be good for you. If you worship the sun now, you will find love. There is a sense of boredom around emotions that you've been dealing with. They seem played out and really quite boring. Any sense of being... Yeah, there's also a lack of order in your environment. There's too much energy going on outside, and you actually feel solace in being isolated. You find it rejuvenating. There's a spiritual path here, and like I said, if you want love, it comes from the light above, from the stars, as well as the moon, as well as any celestial bodies and the sun. These will give you the energy of love. Okay? There's something about you that is waiting for the external to rain down upon you. Love will surprise you. Okay? It will surprise you when you're in this feeling of chaos. It will surprise you. And not only that, your society will also give you a sense of that. Look to your environment, look to the structures of love outside there in the world. Okay? All right. Um, I shall see you in due time, my dear Gemini. Please, please try to find your power again. There is a sense that you and a soulmate are at odds, but don't worry, that will resolve itself if you truly are soulmates. Otherwise, I am available for readings, um, and that's that. I'll see you in the mid-month of May for the Great Mirror. Ciao.